Hello, we're live. Oh my God, look at my hair. I'm
All
already.
right.
It does.
Yes, and welcome to Knitting Around LA. I'm Judy.
I'm Julie, and so today is just a catch up, and a catch up. No, a catch up. And I tease that I have some mail, some squishy mail. But I also have a past knitting project that I had been showing, that I want to give an update on. And so, oh, Judy.
Yes. Oh, mwah. Well, hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I was just actually going to say, well, let's see your knitting project.
Oh, okay. We can't chat first.
Oh,
right. All business. All business.
That's what I do. I just get right down to it.
Oh, no. I know you do. Yeah.
Actually, I've got a bit of food on my brain, and since I made the foray out to the real world and got something to eat yesterday, grab and go kind of thing, that today I'm thinking, oh my, I have a yen. Yesterday was the yen for bagels and lox. Today the yen is for tempura shrimp.
Oh. Baby.
I know.
Okay, so now may I give some backstory?
Sure.
Judy hasn't gone out. Judy has been really COVID safe, been having groceries delivered, and you haven't been to the store, you haven't been to Trader Joe's, you have been out, you've driven, you've gone to your children's houses and stuff,
right.
But not maybe to the vet, and did curbside drop off and pick up of the animals, which the vets have been doing.
Yep.
And in California, we're still, a lot of things are really closed. We're still under some restrictions for health safety. So even though things are open, many of us that Judy and I know are still mostly staying home. And even if we do go out to restaurants, all of the restaurants are outdoor dining. There's no indoor dining in any restaurants. But we're still, a lot of people are doing a lot of takeout. My husband and I have only been to a sit-down restaurant once, and that was last Friday, about almost a week ago. So you only last week made a trip to Target, and that was huge.
Huge.
It was huge.
Huge.
And yesterday you had a hankering for a bagel with lox and cream cheese. And I, your great enabler,
yes,
said, Western Bagel is just down the road from you. Go. And you did.
I did. And I was so excited. I was eating it in the car. I couldn't even wait to get it to the house. And I had a sesame seed bagel. And that's why I texted you. I don't eat in the car because what a mess it made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sesame seeds everywhere. But I did bring it home and polished it off very quickly. So I'm thinking now I've been braved that I could do that. I'm going to go pick up some Japanese food.
No,
I'm going to go to Kabuki.
I would make a wild suggestion, but I don't want to stress you out. Does Kabuki have an outdoor dining setup?
I'm sure it does.
You got to check with them.
Oh, you know why I know it does? Because I passed it on the way to Target.
Are they out on the sidewalk? Because that's a section of it's Ventura Boulevard where the sidewalk is really wide.
Yeah.
And the city has relaxed restrictions that kept restaurants from using the sidewalk, which is a public space. And so they've allowed a lot of restaurants to set up on the sidewalk. Well, we'll have to talk privately. We don't have to bring every single person who's watching us along on this talk. But anyway, so
Well, we might be getting them hungry.
Well, and
it's lunchtime here.
Your car started. Oh yeah, well, it is late lunch. Your car started. You've only had to replace your battery twice since the pandemic due to not driving it.
No, once, but yes, just once. But it died. You
got it charged. You got it charged.
I had it charged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that just goes to show you that I have been so sequestered that my battery died. So,
did you also have critters living in your?
Oh, I did. Yeah, when the guy came to jump the car, AAA, opened the hood, I had mice or something in my car, big nest, and they luckily they hadn't eaten up at the wires. So
yes,
so he did say to me, you have to you have to drive it. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you have to start this thing sometimes.
Yeah. So what I do is I've just driven it down to the beach and looked at the waves and came back up. And he said that's fine to do that. So that's what I've been doing.
Cool. That'll help your battery because that's like a 20-minute drive.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now I feel ready to get down to business.
Okay. Now that we've caught up with all our personal stuff, what are you working on?
Well, okay. So, I finished the Lorelei, which I showed.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
And then I cast on this blue cotton sweater, which I showed. Yep. Then I went and got cast on fever, and so I'll show you what I've done. But the blue cotton sweater, I'm happy with this. I finished.
Beautiful. Geez, that's beautiful.
I finished the back. I really do like it a lot.
It's really nice.
This will be a sweater that I anticipate I will wear a lot throughout the winter.
What's the sleeve length like? Is it long? 3/4?
I'll make it long.
Okay.
I'll make it fully to my wrist, and then like this one, I can roll it up if I want. But on sweaters that I have that were made with 3/4 sleeves, which were really popular a few years ago, I have one that I really like, but I hate it now because when it's cool enough, I don't have a sleeve to roll down. I mean, and I am putting my sleeves up all the time, but I want the option.
Did you knit that other sweater yourself?
No, it was from Chico's. But it's cotton, which is fine, and it's a regular stockinette. And guess what color it is?
Green.
Lime green. Yeah. I've thought about it.
Yeah, take off the ribbing.
Yeah. And
pick up the stitches and then lengthen it.
Yeah.
Well, you could make it work.
I could. Maybe one of these weeks I'll have that to show. Okay, so
that'd be cool.
Progress on the blue. This is the front, one of the fronts. I'm doing the fronts one at a time on this one.
Oh, okay.
It's got pockets. It's got pockets. So, and it's it's written so that you do the fronts one at a time, and with the pocket, which I've never done.
Right. Got it.
I got to figure that out. I'm going to limit the number of complications I'm giving myself.
Yeah.
So
you've been busy.
Well, yeah, some days I knit or crochet all day. So, cast on fever. The next thing I think we talked about something about this because we had a comment because I brought up the Sari silk that I got from the Nerdy Knitters Stash Exchange. So I cast something on. in the Sari silk.
Wait, wait a minute. That's more than cast on.
Well, yeah. I mean, I cast on and worked on it.
Okay. Wow.
So.
Is that a top-down sweater?
Yeah. And I cast on with, my light's not that good.
Why don't you, can you zoom in on yourself a little bit there?
Yep.
See if we can change the view.
Come on, baby. Wait a minute. Why is it? Oh, I think my mouse isn't working.
Uh-oh. All right.
Wait a minute. I don't know. Oh, no. I'm not following the instructions correctly.
User error?
No. I don't know. Something is not working the way it usually does. So let's see here.
So let's do it then. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I know, but oh, there we go.
Excellent.
Okay. So for the actual rib,
right,
this is a cotton yarn that I got. I think I got this my very first year at Stitches, and it's recycled denim jeans that's over dyed.
Oh,
and
this color is perfect.
Yeah, this was from Collage or Scassell. I think it was Collage. So yeah, the color worked great, and it's top down, and I'm doing a little slip stitch design here. And
what's the front? Is the front? Are you going to steek the front, or is it solid? Or
no, I'm doing it side to side. This is the front. I'm doing it with an opening.
Okay.
And I'm just knitting it side to side, even though it's top down.
Gotcha.
Which you can do.
Okay. Yeah,
it's stuck together on the needle. Otherwise, I would be able to show you the front better.
Right. No, I get it. It's just I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Yeah, it's hard to see. So let me show. This is all that's left of the yellow skein that I was using for contrast color. And this is another color that I'm going to work in. But this was already, I think, the green. There's a teal and a green.
Yeah.
And this was already 3 skeins. So it was never going to make a full sweater. What do I have in here? Yeah, most of the silk is gone. So there were 5 skeins. This is all that's left of the yellow. I haven't really started this one yet.
So, are you going to use that over dyed denim to fill in the rest of the body?
No. This will be front rib, and I'm not even sure I have enough, but I'll have to see.
What are you going to do then for the rest of the body, and what about sleeves?
Oh no! Hold on, give me a second. I've got to dive.
You have a nice elbow.
Do I?
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I'm sure you have a nice elbow too.
Oh, I don't know. It's not as attractively the garment. Yours is infinitely better. I just have a plain shirt.
You remember this sweater?
One of many.
2019 Yarn Crawl. This was a sample at that store.
In the where Jen found hers.
Santa Monica. It's sadly it's a store that's not here anymore. Oh, this was a little mystery novelty that's almost used up.
What are you looking for?
Oh, what I'm going to do with the rest of the body. My Hamilton bag. when I bent down to get this bag, a little tray with some stitch markers had fallen, so that's why I was, you know. This was my squishy mail.
Well, let's open that.
Okay. Oh.
Now, where did this squishy mail come from?
Darn good yarn. And I don't. This was colors that I ordered from a website, so I'm seeing it at the same time as you are. I haven't.
Oh, right. Oh, they're lovely.
It's more of the Sari silk so that I can finish.
Ah, so there's going, all right. Got it. Very pretty.
You know, truthfully, there's so little in these skeins. They are 100 grams, but you know, it's such big yarn because it's really fabric. It's torn up. You know, torn up saris.
So would you have enough then for the sweater?
I don't think I'm going to have enough for actually a full sweater with sleeves. So I might just make this a capelet.
Oh.
I don't know, unless I either buy more of this or get another yarn that to combine with it that matches to fill it in, because full-length sleeve or full-length sweater plus sleeve. Oh, I know. I can make it a vest.
Yes. That would be fabulous.
Because it's a top down. When I separate for the sleeves, this is on a needle, so it's not going to, I could just not add to the sleeves, and then just make the body longer, and it'll be like a vest.
I think that's terrific.
Yep. Yeah. See, I got halfway around a row and ran out of yarn, so it's stuck on the needle.
All good.
This is the opening. And then here's my little slip stitch design that I just kind of made up as I'm going along. So that's fun.
And we have something else too to open. We both do.
What is that?
Oh, this is something from our guest to be next week.
From Santa Barbara?
Yes, ma'am. Don't you have one?
I do.
There's a card.
Oh.
You show one side, I show the other.
Oh, I don't have the card. I opened this a week ago.
Oh,
sorry.
This is from Risha
Kralovich
Logan. Yeah, Kralovich Logan. And she's going to be our guest next Thursday. And this is a project, Women's Woven Voices, which is fascinating. And we're going to participate. So we have all of our materials, sans our yarn that we're going to use to weave, but all our we got our setup stuff here.
Hold on a second.
What?
Oh, no, let me see.
Sorry, this is everything we do is mirror image, so it's hard for me.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard to. Yes, it is.
Yes, right? You've got all of this. So it's basically like straws, some plastic pony beads, what looks like a cotton string.
I mean, did you go through the
Yep, I did. I watched the videos. She has wonderful videos, people.
Okay, so let's try and so it's what it's the four straws. I'm trying to get some pictures to show pictures because I have pictures. And so let me see if I can show a couple pictures and talk so I mean, I'm more familiar with this project than you are. So Judy, while I'm messing with this, talk about what is your understanding of what Women's Woven Voices is?
Oh, well, Brescia started this. I think it was as a result of seeing how many women have had trauma. And I think it was domestic violence. Am I correct, Julie?
Well, hold on a second. This is really hard.
Well, Brescia's trying to collect these, what's going to amount to woven.
I'm trying to come up with a photo of it. I have a photo of it. I'm trying to share it, and
she's looking for participation from artists globally, not just here in the States. And these sort of woven strips are going to be joined together. And she's looking for 1,000 artists. And the piece is going to be beautiful and incredible. And she is really charming. And we'll have links to her both personal website, and also to the Woven Women's Voices.
No, don't. No. Hold on. Sorry. Women's Woven Voices.
Women's Woven Voices.
Yeah, let's get the title right. So so here's. Are we sharing? Am I screen sharing?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is a picture of the finished tapestry, and Brescia started this project as a way for not just, it doesn't matter what a person's background is, and she has had men, I think, weave tapestries as well,
I think so too.
and is as a way for women to tell their story in cloth a little bit, and so this is, and then the women each make a strip, which is a very this small weaving method where you use 5 straws to make a narrow strip, and it's a very easy thing anybody can learn, and it's easy to teach in a workshop to people who may never have woven before. And
we'll be weaving next Thursday with Brescia.
I want to show, I have details of this as well. So here's a detail. And this is up close. And what people do is they weave it. It can be any color. It can be practically any material that is pliable enough for you to weave. It can be yarn, fabric, all different kinds of yarn. And then people embellish these with different things. Like people will put Girl Scout pins, jewelry, badges. I mean, this one, I think that what we're looking at here is some currency. And
here in this one, you can see elements that are added on. They add beautiful texture. The colors are fabulous. It's an exciting project, and Brescia adds a red fringe to the bottoms of, I think it's 3 out of every 4 strips.
Yes, and that's
there's another close-up.
Yeah. And there's another close-up where you can see, I believe that this is a coin here, and then this is kind of like a little mermaid figurine that someone has added. And I think the 3 out of 4 is a statistic that is an estimated number of women who have experienced sexual assault and abuse.
Oh, sexual assault.
Okay. Yeah. So Brisha, so we got these kits. We will have information for how to send away for a kit, and we'll be working on these next week. And that'll be 1:00 Thursday live. And
we invite all of you, to check out Brisha's website. Go to the Women's Woven Voices and see the videos. They're short. They're extremely well done. And we hope that you'll be enticed to weave along with us. Whether you contact Brisha to get a kit from her or you make a kit yourself, you'll see it's very simple, easy materials, and you could add your voice to the tapestry.
Yep. So, so now I don't know if we continue. I'm at a lot. We didn't really plan very well today.
Well, it's supposed to be just a quick touching base.
I know, but I know. I hate. No, I feel bad now. I had said that I had done. God damn it! I can't do this and talk at the same time. I'd said that I had experienced cast-on fever, and I was kind of in the middle of that. I don't know if should I continue it or not.
Well, that's up to you, because I don't know what you have more to show.
Yeah.
Oh, well then.
Cast-on fever isn't one project.
Well, how do I know?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we haven't talked. Okay, we haven't talked.
We haven't talked. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm as clueless as the people watching the show.
Okay.
I mean, show it. Let's see.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought we talked. So not only the sweater and the silk thing, the Sari silk thing, I also had I have a nephew that had a baby, and I used to have a bunch of baby blankets. I actually left, that we had gotten an abundance of baby blankets when my kids were little. And I still had some that just really had barely been used, but I guess I've given those away. So I did a baby blanket for my nephew's kid. And then we found out that friend's son is expecting. It was a wedding that we went to last year, and now they're expecting a year later. And so I also have done, this one is almost done. And my Stash Down 2020 that I started at the beginning of this year, one of the things that I started with was a huge bin of baby yarn. And it was actually in my inventory. And I made a blanket earlier this year that I posted other places. And so this is all that's left. When I switched it from the bin to this bag was bulging, and there's almost nothing left. So I have almost successfully completely stashed down all of my baby yarn. And then I found out that I have another cousin that has just had a baby, so I might actually need to go out and buy baby yarn.
I was going to say, no, you just put a, tell people no more babies. You're done with you have no more yarn.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, people keep having babies for some reason.
I don't know what's up with that.
But that's it. I mean, that's so. Yeah, 2 sweaters and 2 blankets is kind of a little cast on fever. And this, I mean, actually, I started this on Tuesday, November 3rd.
Wow.
And but it was, this was a kind of a surprised me. It only took 2 days. I finished it on like either Thursday or Friday.
Wow.
And then this other one, it's only been a few days. It's just going so fast.
Now, what kind of stitch is that? Double crochet?
Which one? Well, both of them, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. And this, so this is kind of a,
that looks
like it's a log cabin style.
Right.
So you see the pink square there?
Yep.
That's where I started. This pink square, and then did this one. Then the yellow one. Then this blue one at the bottom.
So when you're doing the log cabin with the crochet, so you started with the pink,
Mm-hmm.
and you did the green on. You changed color and did green, so got longer. Then you turned it on its side and then crocheted in the other direction. You picked up the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, on this you have to pick up along the edge of some of the squares. So this, oh God, it's so hard to do this looking at yourself because it's a mirror image.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So the blue one that's along the bottom, I had to pick up along the sides of the stitches on the yellow, but then I got to crochet in the tops of the stitches on the pink.
Got it.
And then I would have,
and then you turn it, and then you crocheted in that multicolored yarn.
yeah.
And there you went across the blue, the pink, and the green.
Yeah. And then
you went to pink.
Yeah.
All right.
And on and on and on. And then this one is
Granny.
It's a granny square. It's just essentially, it's a very large granny square. And one of the advantages to doing this, when you know, like using up a stash, using up a stash, or anything really, if you're not really sure how much yarn you have, is that you start in the center and you just keep going until you decide that it's done.
Or you run out.
Well, yeah. I don't know. No, you don't run out of yarn. Is you go to the store and buy more. I mean, order more online.
Yeah.
This it's quite big. This is a big blanket.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big baby.
And but I thought about stopping at this line of blue here, and it was kind of small. But I'm doing this line of blue, and And it's like, well, I still have yarn. I want to use it up. So I went but I'm doing this color progression. So I went for like another repeat of the color progression, but now I'm really just about out of yarn.
Yes.
So with this blue, it might not even make it the whole way around, and I might literally have to
get more yarn.
Buy another skein of blue. But there's the third baby. The third baby happens to be a boy. So I can use the blue yarn on the third baby blanket. So, but this is a very satisfying.
Well, they look great.
This is a very satisfying, thank you. Very satisfying stash down, because I've had this baby yarn for a very long time. So it's used up.
Awesome.
Yep. So there we go. And now would have been a good time to talk about our guest for next week. We really do need to plan these things better. So, God, now I got everything all over the floor. But we're working on lining up more guests.
Mm-hmm.
We want to visit with some of our wonderful yarn shops that are here in LA County, Los Angeles, and Los Angeles County.
Yep, they're shops that we have enjoyed going to, both independent of the LA Yarn Crawl, and we visited them many times, and we like to make sure that people remember to either order from them online or visit their shop, because some of them have opened with limited hours and things like that. So, and they have some have virtual classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots that we'll be showing you in the near future.
Yep. Yep. And I was going to say, we may want to visit many of the shops that we visit on the LA Yarn Crawl.
Uh-huh.
Well, anybody we visit on the show here, we would have visited on the LA Yarn Crawl because we went to all the shops on the LA Yarn Crawl.
Yes, we did. That was last year, and we had a blast.
And we did that on the vlog. So that was some of our earlier episodes, which are still posted on YouTube. And
so if you want to see what we looked like when we were actually in a car driving around, and go back and check out some of the oldies.
We were sitting at tables together in restaurants.
Yes. Yeah, and enjoying playing with our yarn that we had purchased and our things, and having a lunch, and it was really lovely. But it'll happen again. So we just have to wait our time, and things will change.
Yeah. So and I want to share that I did a class during Stitches at Home this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
And it was good.
Well, things that are, it's not the same. We've experienced going to, Stitches and Vogue Knitting Live and all of those events, and yeah, they're immense fun.
Yeah, there are some of the teachers and some of the participants did point out, and did share, there are some things that are real advantages to the virtual shows.
Uh-huh.
And like there was a woman who came on, it was like a group, it was a big group discussion the last night of Stitches, and this woman had experienced mobility issues and health issues and had to stop going to Stitches a few years ago. She had gone for many years, and then she wasn't able to go anymore. So this was like so great. And the way they have it set up, in a way, you get to visit with the vendors virtually which kind of replicates how it would be if you were walking into their booth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see their products, and you can order online. The one thing that's not quite the same is you can't touch the yarn. But with a lot of people, like, this yarn I ordered online, but I had already seen it in person. And a lot of the yarns,
Mm-hmm.
You've already seen in person. So, it's not that bad ordering online. And another thing, Deborah Jarko, our friend who teaches rigid heddle classes, for her classes, because the students are all in their own home space with their own looms, rather than, in the at-person shows, they're in the classroom and the looms belong to Deborah.
Right.
When they're at home, they didn't have to finish within the class time. And they can do classes that can be over 2 or 3 days, that can be more comprehensive. So in the 2-hour online class, they'll do a series of things, and then the student can finish later, can put more time into it later. And then even if they don't completely finish at the end of class, they can finish later at their own speed. And so, there are really great things about the online format.
I think that there are some benefits, and certainly we're finding as many of those benefits as we can, because we want to enjoy this experience. And, we're trying to just do the best we can. And that's the vendors, or this is all new to them as well. The whole process is a learning curve, big one. And I think they're coming along. They're making great strides, and I think they're improving, in their presentation and the Zooming and all of those things. So bravo to the industry for really trying to keep up, with this whole new agenda that we have to follow.
Yeah. Vogue Knitting Live is going on actually right now. Today's the 12th. It started today. I'm really considering getting a marketplace admission so I can just see what it's like and how it goes. And I think that they have some demos and other things. That's another thing with the virtual format for these conferences. At Stitches at Home, they were able to put on lectures where at the live events, they may not have had a physical room available at that time. And they have to rent the rooms. And so if the lecture is something that they're offering without charging an admission for, that's kind of like an economic issue. It's like if they're paying rent for a room, they almost need to be able to fill it with something that's going to generate revenue. With this format, they're free from doing that. Plus, they were able to record the talk and made it available on the event website for the duration of the event. So if you had paid admission and, if you had a class, if you missed that lecture or that talk, you could see it during the course of the event, which I actually did. I didn't see the event in person, and I watched it recorded, and it was really good talk. So, that being said, I miss the in-person shows, and
but we encourage every one of you, to reach out, try these new things. There's going to be, yes, they're going to be different. They're not the same as what we've experienced in the past, but we're going forward the best we can.
Yeah, and it does provide new opportunities. I met a woman who had a 2-year-old. It was difficult for her to travel out of town for 4 days to go to a show, and she was there, able to take classes and sit in and have discussions and even be at the pajama party. And Stitches had their pajama party. So there's some things that are going to be fond memories and some new opportunities as
and we have to go forward because that's how it is.
mm-hmm.
We can remember, but that we're going to make new memories, and they'll be different. That's all. They'll just be different. Mm-hmm. That's how I think about it, anyway.
All right. So,
shall we say so long until next Thursday?
Yeah. So next Thursday at 1:00, we're going to be here with Prisha, and we're going to be weaving our women's woven voices. Yes. And then we'll let you know who else we're going to visit and stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I think we're done.
All right.
Okay. So.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Please like, subscribe, hit notifications, and we'll see you.
Those things.
And you can comment below the video.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.